I was saying to Don, hey, what does this mean for season 4? And Don's like, wait and see. But I know Don loves to have me in all my fleshly glory on the set, so I think he'll find a way. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Jennifer. It's so great to meet you. I'm Kristen from Pop Culture Planet. I
Thank
am
you.
just so honored to talk with you today. You are such an icon, so it's an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I like your Chucky doll.
Oh,
It's
thank you. He's
creepy.
actually a popcorn bucket.
Oh, really? Oh, I went to the Halloween Horror Nights and
Mhm.
they said they had the Chucky popcorn buckets, and I wanted one, but I didn't want to stand in line for it. There was a very long line for the Chucky popcorn buckets, but now I wish that I had.
I ordered it online. It was sold out for a long time, but then I finally found it and I was like, this is my time. I loved this new season. I mean, it's just so funny because I feel like Tiffany and Chucky are like the only bad guys that you root for. Like you really,
Yeah.
really want them to win. And something I thought that was very interesting about this season is that Chucky and Tiffany are both facing like their own mortality. And
Yes.
we see Tiffany give Chucky this really great pep talk about going out in a blaze of glory, and so I wanted to know what it kind of has meant for you to play this role and the impact that she's had on you personally.
Well, you know what? I love the character of Tiffany. And when I first got Bride of Chucky 26 years ago, Tina Gershon was encouraging me to get it. She said, then you'll have a franchise. Every actor wants a franchise. And I thought, well, good luck. Tiffany dies horribly at the end of Bride of Chucky, and that'll be the end of it. And I didn't really think anything of it. And a couple of years later, when Don called up and he goes, "Oh, I want you to come back, to Chucky," I was like, "Wait, didn't she die?" I didn't realize in the Chucky universe Tiffany dies, Chucky dies, but they always, always, always come back. And I think I even say that to Chucky. Tiffany says, "You always come back, Chucky. You're like a cockroach." And she means it as a compliment. She's not insulting him. Chucky likes being called a cockroach. And I think that she's come a long way with Chucky. I always said to Don, Chucky and Tiffany are a love story. It's even though last season she says, "I hate you," and she saws his head off with a knife, or I think that was first season, even though she's always saying she hates him, hate is the other side of love. I was like, she has to love him very, very, very much that she hates him so. And I think she hates him because he's failed her. But I think that that's why people can relate to Chucky and Tiffany. Like when the internet happened, and I went online, the internet, and I started reading what people were saying. It astonished me that people like Chucky, they identify with Chucky. They're not identifying with the attractive teenagers running away and trying not to get killed. They identify with him. They're like, wow, look at him. He's got a wife, a naggy wife. He's got to deal with his unplanned pregnancy. Now he's got, a kid that he's trying to bring up right. And the Chucky makes a lot of sense sometimes, but at the same time, yes, they are pathological killers. But I think the fans are going to be really happy to see Chucky and Tiffany kind of coming together. And I think Tiffany is really happy that Chucky is always strong and he's got the answers and he's always a badass and yeah, I'll kill this person. That when Chucky is vulnerable and Chucky needs Tiffany, that's so important to Tiffany to be needed and to be wanted and to then to kind of understand that Chucky does love her because he's always like, the epitome of the toxic male, like, yeah, yeah, get out of my way. And so I think that that's something that gives Tiffany humanity and then also her love for her child, Glenda, now known as Gigi. I think that that's another yearning that she has. She just really wants to be loved. And also by Nika, which was an extension Chucky. And I think it's kind of phenomenal that we have Fiona Dourif on the show that is Brad Dourif's daughter, but plays this character Nika, but also plays Charles Lee Ray phenomenally. So it is sort of a weird kind of triangle. There's sort of Tiffany has this weird sort of thruple going on with Fiona's character Nika, and Chucky, the Chucky character. And one of the things I think that fans are gonna love is that in this season, after 30 years, you get to see Charles Lee Ray in the flesh. We were so excited when he showed up on the set. We are like, oh my God, Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky, is going to be doing some humanoid acting on our show. And then also the return of John Waters,
Oh,
another gay icon. Yes, that I think the fans are gonna love that also because everyone remembers John Waters from Seed of Chucky as the pervy paparazzi, and now he's playing the creepy doll maker that created Chucky. Like
I love
perfect
it.
casting.
I love it, and what you said about Brad Dourif being on set, and then also that scene where, like, Fiona's also playing the younger version of him, and they're all, like, in that line together, I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh my gosh, how
It
iconic."
blows the mind. It's chilling.
This season, Chucky sees Dumbala for the first time, and he comes across to him as the person that he reveres the most, which is himself. So I was wondering if Tiffany could see Dumbala, who do you think that it would be? Who would it look like?
I honestly think it would be Chucky also, because Tiffany is definitely a stand by your man guy. You know, she stands behind. She idolizes Chucky, even though he knows he's a classless asshole. She's like, oh, this is what I fell in love with.
I know you recently made a joke in one of the Chucky videos that Tiffany can't die, it's in your contract. Is that real?
I ad libbed that. That's when Tiffany's showing everybody around her cell. I ad libbed the whole thing, and I thought that I should put that in just so the fans don't get worried because a lot of the fans are going, "Is this the end of the road for Tiffany?" Like, I mean, it looks pretty bad. She's walking down the Green Mile in a very dramatic black veil, I must say, which was my idea. I was like, Tiffany loves being dramatic. I think even though she doesn't want to die, she loved the idea of going down the Green Mile in this black goth. She kind of returns a little bit to her goth roots, I think, in this season, but in this very black goth veil.
What do you think happens to Jennifer's body now that Tiffany returns to Belle's body?
I'm not sure. I was saying to Don, hey, what does this mean for season 4? And Don's like, wait and see. But I know Don loves to have me in all my fleshly glory on the set, so I think he'll find a way, and I think the fans are going to be really thrilled to see the actual Tiffany doll again. Also, I mean, they're starting to make little squeaky, whiny noises in my Instagram and my Twitter, going like, "When are we going to see Tiffany the doll again? We love Tiffany the doll." So I think everybody is going to be happy about this season, and I think the next season is going to be phenomenal. There's so many cliffhangers, if there is a next season. There's so many cliffhangers at the end of this season that I think people are going to be on pins and needles waiting to see what's going to happen next.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's so great to meet you. And I'm going to get myself a Chucky popcorn thing on
Yes.
eBay.
Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!